Hey there guys, it's Dar with another review, and you might have seen me do a blind taste test with Pumpkin, Schlafly Pumpkin Ale, and Stevens Point Whole Hog. I have a couple of bottles more left of this, so I thought I'd review it by itself. This ended up winning the blind taste test for me. My friend ended up choosing Schlafly. I think they're very close in quality. And actually, talking about this, after this review, actually we'll be mixing some stout with it. Mixing stouts, imperial stouts with pumpkin beers is actually one of my favorite things to do with pumpkin beers. So, speaking about Stevens Point, they actually do not have a great reputation on Beer Advocate. Not a lot of great ratings, but I will say, if I go to a couple stores near me, I could probably pick out 20 or so pumpkin beers. There are a lot. It's a huge saturation of pumpkin beers, and a lot of them are mediocre. And the fact that they can make one of the best is very impressive. So props to them for doing that. So the beer comes in a nice kind of amber color, really dark, like a ruby. It is a dark, dark, dark kind of orange. Really nice. Let's get the aroma. I get a little bit of cinnamon, a nice kind of pumpkin aroma, a little bit of brown ale. The nutmeg's coming through, a nice hint of vanilla. Cheers. That's very nice. Wow. A nice kind of amber ale, brown ale kind of flavor throughout. A lot of kind of sugary sweetness, but it's not cloying. It's 7.5%, so it's not too sweet. But in general, you get a nice kind of medium minus amount of pumpkin, a lot of spice on the back end, nice and spicy, a lot of cinnamon and nutmeg. It's just a very well-built beer, very drinkable. It's less aggressive than the Schlafly, and that's what I like about it. It's very balanced, and it's so drinkable. And it's a pumpkin beer without exploding on your palate, like Pumpkin, which is more of a dessert kind of beer to me. It's just very drinkable, spicy pumpkin ale. It's very delicious. So yeah, actually do want to mix it with some Even Less Jesus. I just reviewed that, and to me, why I like this sort of makes sense to me now. I think about it. Chocovesa is a stout with a cinnamon and nutmeg and vanilla. And sort of, in my mind, the spices of a pumpkin ale really work well in a stout. I prefer a pumpkin stout than pumpkin ales. Pumpkin ales are generally this kind of caramelly kind of flavor. Their backbone base beer is sort of a brown ale, kind of sweeter kind of beer. For me, the roasted malt really balances very well with that spicy character, the pumpkin pie spice, the cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, all that good stuff. And the pumpkin is just a bonus. So let's do a little bit of mix of these two, of the Even Less Jesus and the Stevens Point Whole Hog. Cheers. Yeah, that's very nice. This is a very big beer. It's slightly boozy because now it's warmed up. And what I like about this is that the pumpkin and the spices cut right through that. And I just love the complexity of that dense coffee and chocolate and that, huge, dripping kind of mouthfeel. And then you get a light kind of like spiciness. That kind of pumpkin sort of just goes in there, adds another layer of complexity, but also the spiciness cuts down on that huge mouthfeel. It sort of offers even more balance. Like it's almost like adding hops to a beer where you sort of just want to balance out the beer. The spice and the pumpkin does that in this kind of blend. It's absolutely delicious. Highly recommended. This is one of my favorite pumpkin ales. I'm going to give this beer a 94. Yeah, check out this beer. And if you ever check out a pumpkin beer, I highly recommend you find your favorite imperial stout and then just blend it. It just works so perfectly. It makes sense to me now that, the spices work so well with beers like Chocovesa and Mexican cake and all that good stuff. The spices just really work to me better with roasted malt than they work with a more kind of caramelly, kind of brown ale kind of beer. So until next time, guys, cheers, later.